Good evening and welcome to Estuary TV News. I'm Hugh Richards. Tonight we welcome back the Royal Anglian Regiment, returned from Afghanistan, and I'll be talking to Michelle Dawson from North Lincolnshire Council about a new public health initiative. But first, the news headlines with Richard Morris.
Hello, in the headlines today, Louth Cattle Market is to be sold off to developers and a carnival is taking place in Little Wheaton. The Labour Party will pick their Great Grimsby candidate for next year's general election this weekend. The candidate will replace veteran MP Austin Mitchell, who will be retiring from politics. The applicants will be picked from an all-women shortlist by a selection committee tomorrow. The shortlist comprises of Electoral Reform Society CEO Katie Ghosh, Unison Regional Organiser Melanie On, local councillor Rosalind James and former Cleethorpes MP Shona McIsaac. Meanwhile, the Conservative Party have announced the potential candidates to replace retiring Peter Tapsell in the Louth and Horncastle seat. Victoria Atkins, James Brown, Sarah Mackin and Kelly Smith will answer questions from the public at an open Q&A session on Monday at Franklin Hall in Spilsby at 7:30 p.m. The Louth Cattle Market site has been sold off to developers. The decision was made yesterday by East Lindsey District Council. The site will be used for a supermarket development. The council voted 24 to 13 in favour and there were 5 abstentions. It's now anticipated that Asda will submit a planning application in the coming months. It is also now said that the council will consider options for replacing the livestock market facility. We went to Louth Town Centre to find out what people think of the news.
I think it's totally disgusting that they are now selling off heritage of a market town like Louth is. I mean, it is such a lovely place and they shouldn't have not allowed it to happen.
I think the Louth Cattle Market should have 2 options. A, it should stay as a Louth Cattle Market because it's the only cattle market in existence in Lincolnshire. And the second proposal I'd go for, because at least we are retaining the cattle market and food shops, outlets around the outside wouldn't be too bad. But as for anything else, if we lose the cattle market for a supermarket, we don't want it. The town doesn't want another supermarket.
Was to close, then obviously it would have a wider effect on the community as well, which can have an effect obviously with the butchers and that if they're linked with the cattle market.
Well, it's the sort of thing that's going to happen to the town, and they also already placed it out onto the other premises. So it won't affect the normal person, it's just different places to where the farmers go.
In Market Raisin, the local council is looking to create a special company to help run the town centre markets. Town Mayor John Matthews says that to create a community interest company or something similar involving the Town Council, Market Raisin Business Innovation Group or other stakeholders would help secure a better future for the market. At present, the Town Council leases the marketplace from a private owner, but the Mayor believes this situation could be run better. Market Raisin Town Council has agreed to proceed in plans to create a company which would have complete control over the market, including financial management. The new company should be in charge by early next year. Staying in Market Raisin, Lincolnshire Police are hoping to revive a shop watch scheme in the town aimed at reducing shoplifting in the centre. The scheme has been in place for a number of years, but involvement has recently dwindled and police are looking for more active members on the high street. It's to be modelled on Gainsborough, which they say has dramatically improved things in a town which has a high number of shoplifting offences. It involves shops and the police staying in contact via radio and alerting each other on suspicious activity, which helps prevent the offences before they occur. Police believe it can also decrease the need for 101 non-emergency calls.
The advantages of the system are that there's that direct link between all shopkeepers during the day, during their opening hours. They can notify other shopkeepers of if there's an offender, a known offender in their shop. Even if they suspect somebody of thieving from their shop, they can then use the radio to radio around, giving an accurate description of the person. Obviously, we, the police, have a radio that we monitor when we're out on patrol in the town centre. If there is an incident, if there is a shop theft, somebody's run out of a shop, we're there on hand. In that sense, it negates the use for the 101 system.
Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for now. We'll be back with more news soon. In the meantime, if you've got any news for us, please call us on 01472 315 561 or email news@estuary.tv. Bye for now.
The 2nd Battalion Royal Anglian Regiment is the successor of the old Lincolnshire Regiment, the Yellowbellies, the Poachers. They've been one of the last units withdrawn from Afghanistan. Dave Nunn went to Cleethorpes to see how they were welcomed home.
This has been the British infantry at its very, very best. Quite simply, one of the finest in the world.
Strong words from a senior ranking soldier as the 2nd Battalion of the Royal Anglian Regiment exercised their right to march through the streets in Cleethorpes. It's the first time they've used that right in 28 years, and they were warmly welcomed by the public.
It's been magical, actually. This is the 3rd day of parades throughout our recruiting area, and this has been the best turnout, the most vocal and the most fun, which I expect from the people of Cleethorpes and Grimsby in North East Lincolnshire. The support that the people of Lincolnshire have given all of us, from when we were away, sending parcels, Christmas presents, letters and cards from school children, throughout to today is a culmination of some great support, because we are very much a county-based regiment. We're very proud of our Lincolnshire links, and we're very proud of the people we serve from Lincolnshire.
The regiment is one of the last battalions to leave as part of the force's withdrawal from Afghanistan, which some soldiers admit was seen by many as a questionable campaign. But as the public lined the streets of Cleethorpes this week, their support was absolutely unquestionable.
I think it's really good just to remind people that they're out there doing a good job for us, and it brings it home to you when you see them sort of coming through town, or you know that they are there fighting for us.
Yeah, I mean my son's just come back. Well, he's been over a while from Afghanistan, but yeah, it's a great job that they do, and they should all hold their heads up high. It's a proud day for them.
Really proud of them. Like, obviously they're all well and looking after themselves. They're all still here. Obviously, sorry for some of that. Obviously, are. But yeah, really proud of them today.
North East Lincolnshire is well represented in the armed forces, especially for such a small area. And for the many local soldiers glad to be back, cheers and applause on a homecoming parade meant all the more.
It's really good just seeing like the appreciation that people put into everything and that. So about thousands of people have turned up cheering, and that really gets you in that, and it makes you proud to be a soldier.
From the amount of support this week and the record crowds expected at this weekend's Festival of Flight, one thing is clear. The message to the armed forces is this: Cleethorpes salutes you. Dave Nunn, Estuary TV News.
Active Together aims to get inactive adults moving. The initiative is funded by Sport England and Public Health. Michelle Dawson from North Lincolnshire Council is here to explain. Michelle, thank you very much for coming in.
No problems.
What is Active Together?
Basically, as you said, we've received quite significant investment through Public Health and Sport England to develop a brand new project through North Lincolnshire Council called Active Together. Through Active Together, we're going to be targeting the most inactive adults to try and get them doing just, a little bit of physical activity. Statistics show that 53% of our adult population living in North Lincolnshire are currently inactive, and therefore kind of the evidence base for a project such as this. Research also tells us that through targeting the most inactive and just getting them to do 1 times 30 minutes a week, that's going to have the greatest benefits on health of those individuals.
How do you find inactive? I speak as an extremely lazy man. What is inactivity?
An inactive person is someone who either does no or irregular physical activity. The recommended amount of physical activity is 150 minutes a week, and the very minimum that somebody should be doing is 1 times 30. So we're really kind of trying to get those couch potatoes out there, doing just that 30 minutes of exercise.
When you say half an hour of exercise a week as a minimum, or a couple of hours as optimum, what sort of activity might that be?
That could be anything from walking your dog in the park to attending a fitness class, a whole host of things. It's just about getting out there and getting active. And through Active Together, we're going to aim to provide a whole range of opportunities that are going to be fun and informal, and will hopefully entice people to become kind of more active.
You're not getting people from North Lincolnshire and entering them into the Commonwealth Games at the last moment, right?
Not quite, but we might get there. We're going to try and develop a lot of family-focused activities, so we're going to be trying to encourage adults to get active with the children. So we're kind of supporting that kind of healthier lifestyle as a whole family unit. And we're also going to be targeting sort of older people and women and girls, as again research shows that they're the ones who are currently doing less physical activity. But like I said, it will have a real kind of family focus.
What are the health benefits of moving around a bit more than we usually do?
There's so many benefits that an individual can gain from doing a bit more physical activity, from weight loss, improved mental health and improved self-esteem, just getting out and socialising, making new friends, looking at the family, you know, more family time, and encouraging all your family to be fit and healthier.
Presumably you live longer as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and it, you know, lowers your risk of developing chronic disease, and, you know, generally makes you fitter and healthier and improves your overall health and well-being.
And presumably the activities that you'll be promoting in North Lincolnshire, I mean, it won't be great athletics, it won't be sort of running a mile or anything like that in under 4 minutes, but it'll just be a little gentle movement, exercise, a stroll. What sort of things will there be? Yeah, it's just going to be
sort of fun, informal opportunities, examples of things which we might deliver are family multi-sport activities, opportunities where people can get, you know, walking or running in their local parks.
What should people do if they want to get involved, if they want to benefit from this?
If people want to become part of that, if they go onto the North Lincolnshire Council website, and there's information on Active Together and my details for them to find out more about the scheme and the project.
Brilliant, Michelle. Sounds absolutely exhausting. Thank you very much for coming on. And from all that activity now, here's Dan Kemp with the latest sport.
Thank you, Hugh. We'll start with our local sized pre-season friendlies, where Grimsby Town lost 4-0 to League One club Doncaster Rovers on Tuesday night, and Hull City drew 1-0 at North Ferriby United on Monday, in front of over 2,000 people. Hull then went on to win 2-1 away at York on Wednesday, and Scunthorpe United won 5-1 against Carlton Town. Tonight sees Liam Hearn return to Blundell Park for the first time since leaving, as he plays for Mansfield Town against the Mariners, and Hull travel to Barnsley on Saturday. Scunthorpe host Huddersfield, and Ferriby host Ilkeston. Budding ladies footballers are being encouraged to trial at the Hull Tigers Ladies. The side, which play in the North East Women's Regional League, are building in strength and are looking to kick on to the next level. From this season, they are also entering a development side to further bolster their ranks. Rachel Gay is the club's manager.
At the moment we're training at Sirius Academy here, 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock on a Tuesday and also on a Thursday night as well. I've got a lot of pre-season friendlies organised, I've got 6 on the go, so we've got a full schedule. But yeah, anybody's welcome. It is still an open trial, so please, you know, feel free to pop down and give it a go. The coaching team we've brought in now are absolutely superb. They're so committed. You'll see the girls train in the background with the training tops on, and, you know, got track suits. We have breakfast before we go to our games. It really is a professional setup as much as it can be. Travel to, you know, travel our minibuses, we pays for all that. So everything's paid for, and the girls, all they can focus on is playing football.
Grimsby boxer Kev Hooper faces reigning Commonwealth Super Featherweight champion Liam Walsh tomorrow evening. The fight is at Manchester Arena and will be a stern test for Super Hooper, whose opponent is unbeaten in 15 fights and 10 by the way of knockout. Unfortunately, that's all the sport we've got for you this time. If you have any stories, you can get in touch by emailing us at sport@estuary.tv or by tweeting or Facebooking in. Back to you, Hugh.
Thank you very much, Dan. That's all we have time for tonight. If you have a story for us, please email news@estuary.tv or contact us via our Twitter or Facebook pages, or pick up the phone and call 01472 315561. Until next time, goodbye.